Happy Tuesday, Dolly friends. I'm coming on this morning for a quick tag by Suzanne from Suzanne's Babies. And it is about the teenage years. And the questions were so great, I just had to participate in this tag. And so I have my Timothy here. And sorry about the shadow. It's kind of rainy outside, so the lighting isn't the greatest in here, but we'll just do the best we can. So Timothy is hanging out here with his little Dumbo because I found this darling set at Walmart. It says, "Hello, little friend," and it has Dumbo the elephant on the front. It's a side snap, a real light aqua color, and these cute little leggings here with giraffes and bears and kangaroos and clouds all over it. And see all the little animals floating down in their little parachutes. There's a giraffe, and it looks almost like a little chipmunk. So yeah, I love Dumbo. And it also comes with this cute little hat with these ears. And I'm dying to see Timothy in this little hat. So I'm going to do the best I can. I can't put my camera on the tripod and film because the sound goes out. So still struggling with my phone issues, but we will make do. So let's do this tag and get Timothy changed. Okay, so question number 1. Did you consider yourself to be a mod, rocker, skinhead, punk, or goth in high school? To be honest, I had never heard of a mod, Suzanne, until your little tag here. So I was trying to think. I didn't really fit in anywhere, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't say I was a misfit, but I was not popular. I wasn't an outcast. And I often was friends with kids from all of these groups. I guess you could say I floated through, and maybe I didn't make much of an impression on anybody. I was just quiet and got along. I had a real close friend and a few friends that I hung out with now and then, but I really didn't fit in to a group too well. So yeah, I just I floated through. So yeah, number 2, what kind of music were you into? Well, I love music, and I can appreciate all of it, and every bit of it is on my playlist. And I also love all the music that my parents listened to when I was younger. And so all the things that they enjoyed listening to have a special place in my heart. So in high school, I loved Def Leppard. Yes, that's a big hair band, but I loved their music. And Michael Jackson, always, forever, and always will be my favorite. I loved Whitney Houston. Richard Marx from that era, Randy Travis. I was big on the movie Dirty Dancing, so I loved the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Patrick Swayze was my first love. So yeah, nothing was too heavy or too light for me then or now. Guys, look at him in this. Preemie clothes are usually pretty big on him, but I think this fits him really sweet. What do you think? Okay, number 3. How many boyfriends did you have before you settled down? Okay, well, not many. I would say, honestly, I had one serious relationship in high school that in my teenage heart and mind I thought would last forever. And it lasted 1 year. And after he broke it off. We never spoke again. Can you believe that? As close as we were, when he was done, and I still don't really understand what happened there. He just changed quickly, and no explanation, just done completely, and it tore me completely into Suzanne, completely. And it was final. I could do nothing to change it. Um, I dated a few people casually after that, but I had a strong guard up over my heart after that breakup. So, one serious relationship in high school, and then my husband. So, not much. Okay, number 4. What kind of clothes did you like to wear? Well, we didn't have much money, so I loved Guess jeans. I had a couple of pairs that I wore completely out. Um, I had a pair of jean shorts my mom bought me that I just loved. They're hard to describe. They were kind of puffy, almost like a skirt, but they were jean shorts with a pleat to them. And I had a yellow mini skirt that I really loved. My friends didn't really like my style, I don't think, too much, but I enjoyed skirts and my Guess jeans and my leather jacket, and um, I just had my own quirky style, I guess you could say. I also really liked, because I was obsessed with Dirty Dancing, canvas shoes, white canvas shoes, and long necklaces with sweaters that I would wear. So yeah, I was all over the place with fashion, and I miss those days. I miss those clothes. Those were fun times. And all of this goes along with question number 5. Did you have a favorite designer? Well, because we didn't have much money, not really. Like I said, I enjoyed Guess jeans. Um, I liked the Esprit bags, big Esprit bags. I think mine was light pink with the Esprit lettering that I carried as kind of my backpack to school. But when you don't have a lot of money, you can't be too picky on fashion. But I always envied some of the girls in my class and the clothes they were able to afford. Okay, now I just got to comment on these little Dumbo ears. Look at this hat. Look at these little ears on my Timothy. I so wish the lighting was better in here. It's putting a shadow on his face. Let me back up here, my phone. Okay, let's try it from this direction. Okay. Number 6, did your parents have strict guidelines about who you went out with? No. They liked the gentleman that I dated for a year. His name was John. He had a good relationship with my parents. Um, but my parents' marriage was crumbling my junior and senior year in high school, so I think they were really focused on the end of their marriage than they were on me at that time. Number 7, did you have a time you had to be home by? No, I never caused any trouble with curfew. They trusted me, and like I said, they were going through a lot on their own, so they just trusted me to get in. And a couple times I was probably really pushing it, but I was never drunk or anything like that. Um, so they really had no cause for concern. Number 8, were you a moody teenager? Not an angry, moody teenager. I think I was a lost teenager, sad a lot, happy around the people I loved, sensitive and very lonely after the 1-year relationship ended. And lots of troubles with the ending of my parents' marriage, which finalized my senior year. So I was troubled, and I had one teacher that I am still close to, even now. I graduated in 1995, and she and I are still in contact, and she helped me through a lot of my struggles with my family. So I wasn't a moody teenager. I was sort of just a lost teenager. Question number 9. How many times did you get your heart broken? Just that first relationship was a true heartbreak. I did date quite briefly, a few people briefly. I had one older gentleman that I dated, and he was quite a bit older. I think after that first relationship ended, that we were close in age, I shied away from the guys my own age. And we rented a house out in the country, and this gentleman did farm labor for this big, well, the gentleman that rented us the house, he had a big farm business, made a lot of money, and he worked for him. And so I got to know him really well, and we were friends up until he just recently passed away this year. And he actually called me and kept in touch. He's married and has quite a few children, but he did get back in touch with me and wanted to see where I ended up, and we did at least finish the end of his life, because he has passed, on a good note. So I didn't get heartbroken there. I think we knew from the beginning of that little relationship that it wasn't going to work out, but we just had to try it out anyway, one of those things. And he had a wonderful wife and beautiful children. So yeah, not a lot of heartbreak, just the one really tough one, and then that one just before I moved here after graduation. Number 10, was there someone you wanted to go out with, but they never asked you? Yes, there is one that I wanted to go out with. His name was Chad, and he was 2 years older than me. He was in my brother's class, and when we lived out in the country, we rode the bus together. He didn't always ride, but sometimes he would ride the bus, and he played with my heart awful. I mean, he would sit with me on the bus. We talked on the phone all of the time. After school, he knew I had a terrible crush on him, and he played that to the fullest. At the dances, just as the dance was about to be over for the night, he would wait and maybe give me one dance. Yeah, I knew every inch of that man's face, his neck, the mole on his neck, the beauty of his blue eyes, just adored him. But he was a player, and I never stood a chance. And one year, at the end of one of our high school years, I can't remember if it was my sophomore year, on the last day of school, he rode the bus home to our house because he was friends with my brother. And I was out, because we lived in the country, I was out, and we had a big barn, hay barn out in the back. And I was out walking around out there, and he came out and visited with me. And that was my first kiss. And he was beautiful, very smart, piercing blue eyes. And I'll never forget Chad. And that brings me to the last question that she kind of threw in, is if we remembered our first kiss. And Chad was my first kiss. And probably all first kisses, I guess, are like that. But because I was just so smitten with him, and he was so beautiful and so unobtainable, that kiss, I just felt like I was transported into another dimension. And that's a kind of a special memory and a good one to look back on. So I enjoyed your tag, Suzanne. Um, I hope everybody kind of enjoyed hearing my sappy answers to those questions. And I know you enjoyed seeing my Timothy. And I'll be on soon to talk about the Kansas Doll Show, which those few days are so near and dear to my heart. And so I need a few days to process everything that I felt and share that all with you. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my boy as Dumbo. And we will see you again soon. Continue finding joy in the little things. Bye-bye.